Tony, have you ever wanted to play Battlefield 2043, but this time it's
Playing
Roblox?
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, Roblox. Sorry, sorry.
Well, there already is a kind of like a Roblox Call of Duty sort of thing. Not like official Call of Duty, but like so many people have made like Counter-Strike and Roblox or
Yeah.
Battlefield sort of games in Roblox. Anyway, the Tangerine Battle Bit
Tangerine.
remastered.
Yeah.
So this went on a free weekend, and it's one of the big multiplayer games of this year. So I thought I'd give it a check out. And I played it a few games. I would say I played about 3 different games. I mean, they were quite long, the games, to be honest with you. Because I think
Yeah,
this
how long
was.
them?
I think one of the matches took me like 40, 50 minutes to complete. Like they're quite
Right.
long, the matches.
They're not Call of Duty quick matches, though.
No, it's very much like a tug and pull sort of Battlefield sort of thing. It is so very much
There's
so.
no time limit.
Yeah, there's a time limit, but it's a very long time limit.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever runs out first, time or
Yeah.
tickets.
Yeah.
So every time it's a ticket based thing. So every time you die, you lose a ticket unless one of your teammate reses you, and then you keep the ticket. So it's trying to like heavily incentivize helping out your
Yeah.
teammates and working as a team. It's
a really cool system.
As you may or may not know, I play quite a lot of the Battlefield games. I was a big fan of Battlefield 3. I also really love Battlefield
You love
5.
Hardline, right?
Oh, actually, playing the Hardline beta, I never played the full game, but I loved playing
okay.
Hardline because it was so fun to just role play cops and robbers. And you would get into those cars in Hardline and be like, whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the police.
It is still a weird game, though. I just don't quite...
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work for me.
And I mean, I like Battlefront, and Battlefront is just Battlefield and Star Wars skin.
Yeah,
the new
100%.
ones I'm talking about, Battlefront 1 and 2.
3 and 4.
Which
I refuse to call them 1 and 2.
Battlefront 2 is actually a pretty decent game now. They've removed all of the pay-to-win stuff out of it, which is nice. But yeah, I think Battlefield 5 is a really underappreciated game. And I heard
the one that everyone hated. Was that the one that people didn't? I can't remember like what people thought about 5.
People saw the trailer for 5 and they already hated it. And then
that one.
I don't know if you, because they had like the robotic like amputee woman in World War II, and then I think it was like someone who worked on the game or EA basically said, if you don't like it, don't buy it, and then a lot of people didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But I bought it like on sale afterwards, and I was like, this game's really good. And Battlefield 5 was a huge game for me when I got my 2080 Super card, because that, I would say, playing Rotterdam on Battlefield 5 was a game that made me in love with ray tracing. So, but speaking of the opposite of graphics, you can grab people and then res them in like a safer place in this game.
That's cool. I like that.
And also, one of the big things about Battlefield was it was I would say probably longer time to kill than, or it's not the longest time to kill, but I would say it's a bit longer than Call of Duty, but not as long as something like an Apex or a Halo, for example, where you have like these big shields, right?
Yeah.
But one of the big things with the Battlefield games was they were very destructible. You had this big sequences where entire skyscrapers would fall down, and you could blow holes in buildings in order to get through them. And I think this game has taken a lot of that and incorporated it into its design. It feels like a Battlefield game designed by people who, just want core Battlefield gameplay. They're just like, you know what?
Yeah, because they've been let down by the actual big companies, like for the actual Battlefield games.
Yeah, like Battlefield 2042.
My player shoes in general.
I've never played Battlefield 2042. I have a friend who plays it and really loves it, so it could be a good game. But from everything I saw of it, it seemed pretty buggy and broken. I don't know if you remember the game that came. I didn't play Battlefield 2042, but I did play Clownfield 2042.
Oh yeah,
and I bought that game because I thought it was funny. But this is like taking the idea of Clownfield and actually making it into a really good game instead of just being a meme that's not very good as a game.
The mechanics are like the older, slightly older.
So the gunplay feels really good. Oh, you've got that great voice chat when you kill someone. Like I think they added that in Call of Duty. I was getting quite a lot of kill says, but I snuck behind and got in the trees near like one of their spawns.
Yeah, I do. You know what? Adding
just
social stuff. Yeah. You know what? I know like a couple of years ago, we like had the theme of like removing social stuff because it was like I don't know too much BM or something. I didn't know.
I couldn't tell if I because this is like one of my first games. I was killing a lot of people. I'm assuming what happened was I'm probably not very good at BattleBit, but I'm assuming a lot of people are also playing for the free weekends. There's probably a lot of new players just trying it out.
Yeah, you're killing people like me. Just can't play FPS.
I don't know if because BattleBit did a update like as well as this update. I think they did like a loadout update. It was like a 2.1 update. I know in the past, whenever Battlefield used to do free-to-play weekends, they would actually change the time to kill to be longer to help out the people. Yeah, just for the just to help out the people who are new playing, I guess.
I can see that being on like specific servers, but if you're doing it for like the whole weekend, I can see that being annoying.
So there is some like realistic things about this, which I'm not a big fan of. Again, I've talked about in the past. I prefer fun over realism a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So if you reload, so if you see in the bottom right corner, Tony, that are all the bullets in my mags. So if you reload and you don't, you put your other mag away, it will have that many bullets you fired in them. And I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out how this worked. Until I played with a friend who'd played before, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's a dedicated button you can press which takes your mags and you combine the bullets together. So if you want to like reload to a full clip and you've got a bunch of like half-used clips because you're like me and you fire a bunch of bullets and then you reload instinctively." There's a dedicated button which is P, which why the fuck is it P? Is it something you're going to be doing all the time? That's on the other side of the keyboard. And I immediately rebound that, and basically you take the bullets out of one clip and you combine them into a full clip. I get that's more realistic, but I'm not somebody who really plays, you know. So this is like the destruction mechanic here, where you can destroy walls and stuff.
I guess for some people, like that's actually fun as well as being realistic. But yeah, it just seems annoying to me. But I'm not a massive gun person.
I think the cool thing for me with the Battlefield games was they were semi-realistic, but they used a lot of like prototype weapons. Like, well, this may not have been realistic, but it would be pretty cool to see like how it would
we need
go.
A balancing.
And the gameplay makes sense. Like, the I think it was called the Fliegerfaust. I'm probably messing up, but basically, in Battlefield 5, there wasn't really many anti-air rocket weapons in the Battlefield World War II. But they had this experimental like anti-air rocket launcher that you could use basically to make it so the game wasn't so plane dominated, which I appreciated as someone who hates planes.
I feel like you've probably done maps differently, I guess that's an option.
I hate air vehicles in games. I've never been a fan of air vehicles in games.
No.
I love the feeling of just freeform flying. But when it comes to stuff like planes and helicopters, I could never do it. Or spaceships either. Like, I don't mind boats, but when it came, like, I can do Sea of Thieves. When it comes to Star Citizen, I'm like, man, I'm not into flying these ships. You know?
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't like play like Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen or.
I would rather be a guy on the ship. You know.
Well, isn't that like what you can do? I know I'm going to tangent into Star Citizen if I'm not careful here, but you can just be like one person flies and other people are doing stuff on the ship.
Yeah, but then you can't really do much as a solo player.
True.
Like if you had a ship that flew itself, like a heavy autopilot.
I think there is. Possibly.
You probably have to deposit £10 million to Chris Wilson's account to pre-order that ship.
Oh, it's to get it straight away and not just earn it through the game. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, but yeah, because I was getting into a helicopter with my friend, and he was like, "Do you know how to fly it?" We all got on. And he's like, "We need someone to fly." I was like, "I'll fly." And he's like, "Do you know how to fly a helicopter?" And I was like, "Well, I'm about to find out." And then he was like, "Right, that's it. I'm bailing. I'm not getting in this helicopter."
You did, you didn't get like the Matrix like learning like a Trinity, right? You didn't do that.
I mean, a lot.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time driving the quad bike around. I love like little vehicles in games. Like I love like motorbikes and bicycles and
So
stuff.
you're saying like ships, sea ships you like? Is it because like it's slow and it's like more grounded to what you're doing?
Favorite things to drive around is actually speedboats, like in GTA 5 and stuff like that. I love driving around speedboats. They're always really fun to drive around.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, my biggest piece of advice, if you're just getting into BattleBit, there's a button to combine mags, and it's really important. And I didn't know anything about this.
You just before you learn about the P button, just throw it on the ground after you run out.
No, it would just go back into your inventory as a like a bunch of half-used mags, and then you would be like, "Why isn't my gun fully reloaded? What's going on?"
Right.
And then I thought this game. So for the free weekend, I thought the game was pretty fun, but it wasn't like mind-blowingly fun. I think with this game, I would play it a lot more if I had a bunch of friends who also played.
Yeah.
But I had one friend that played, and I think he was playing for the free weekend. And I don't think I would buy this game and then play it by myself. I think if I could convince a large bunch of my friends to play it together, I think it would be pretty fun. Like whenever I played Battlefield, I'd always play with friends. I would never queue up Battlefield by myself. Yeah. Like
okay, so you wouldn't do it there either. Okay.
No, like whenever I played Battlefield, it was always like, oh, let's play a bit of Battlefield 5 together, like me and two of my friends.
Yeah.
So if I had a couple of friends to play with, I could see myself getting Battlefield. I don't think it's that expensive. It's about £10 or something. It was £10. It was £10 on sale when it was 20% off the other day for the free weekend. I think it's about £12 off sale. So it's not too expensive. Man, I feel like playing this game makes me want to play Battlefield more. At least some of the good ones.
Yeah, like graphically as well.
Yeah, like being able to go back. Maybe I'll go back and I'll play Battlefield 5 and see if the ray tracing still holds up on that game.
Yeah, I think I've seen people say it still holds up. It's just obviously not quite as good.
But playing this game makes me want to play Battlefield, and it makes me want to play more of the finals. Especially because they both have like some nice destruction, but the finals has a really good destruction system.
Yeah,
yeah. But it was fun to play this, and it's going to be interesting to see my multiplayer games of the year list because it just got one longer.
Okay.
Than it was before. So have another game to choose. Are you interested in Battle Bit Remastered at all? You don't really play multiplayer games, do you?
The problem, I don't like competitive games, and I especially don't like competitive like FPS. I don't know. I could do I can do like co-op FPS, but like I'm just bad at it, and I don't have any interest in like improving or like getting substantially better. So
glad I played this on a free weekend because I don't feel like I wasted. Even if it was a small amount of money, I don't feel like I was like wasted a bit of money playing this because I think there's a chance I could get it and then just not play it really, unless I had like a dedicated group of friends to play it with.
So no one else you played with like, oh, I'll pick it up, or no one else saw it on the free weekend and wanted to play?
No, I played it with my one friend, but he's someone I don't play with regularly because he's quite busy. It just happened I saw he was on Steam playing it and I invited him.
Okay.
But yeah. Let's move on to another multiplayer. Oh, the best multiplayer game of the year, Tony. Half-Life 1 Deathmatch. Here we go.
A new game.
So, I said I was going to check out the 25th anniversary of Half-Life 1. And I decided to play some DM. I haven't checked out Uplink yet. I'm wondering. Okay, Tony, I've got a big problem. Everything's coming out at the end of the year. So I'm currently playing. So I started playing Hardcore Classic WoW. And then the servers went down for Hardcore Classic WoW, and I was like, oh, I'll start playing Super Mario RPG. And I was like, this game's great, but Season of Discovery's out for Classic WoW. So I've been playing tons of Season of Discovery. New Hearthstone Battlegrounds patch just came out, and I love that game, so I've been playing some of that. And then I was like, oh, I should test out the Half-Life 1 Deathmatch mode. And as well, it's the Steam VR Next Fest. Seizure warning, by the way. I don't know why the lights are going crazy on this.
What the hell? Was it the
So this is one of the most quintessential Half-Life 1 deathmatch matches. It is Crossfire. If you don't know Crossfire, it's a map where there's a bunker with a button, and if somebody presses it, it nukes the entire map of everyone who's outside of the bunker. So whenever somebody presses the button, it creates this massive like choke point of people trying to get into the bunker to not die to the nuke.
And everyone dies being in shot instead.
So I wanted to try this out before, and I was like, I couldn't get it to work properly, because every time I joined a server, I would have like 1,000 ping, and I was like, what the fuck is, like, it was literally unplayable for me, because it was like a 1,000 ping. It was like teleporting around. I couldn't play properly. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not, like, I join other multiplayer games and it's fine. But, and I would look on the server list and it would be like, 37 ping. And then I'd join the server and I'd have 1,000 ping. And I'm like, well, something's not going right here. And I was going a bit nuts. And then I did some Googling on the forums and I was like typing in like, I'm lagging or lag, how to fix lag sort of thing. And I found like someone said, there's a bug. And if you don't type HL1 rate 25,000 into your console, you'll basically just have 1,000 ping and lag super hard. And I typed it into the console and it immediately fixed it, and I was able to play it normally. And I was like, what the you when you get these like 25-year-old games, you just get these random fucking bugs.
That is so random.
Yeah,
fix.
I'm assuming not everyone's typing this in, so maybe it's just unique to some way I'm running Half-Life 1. I don't know, but I just basically was like,
software.
I have no idea why I'm getting 1,000 ping. I go on the Steam forum, someone's like, yeah, this weird shit happened to me, here's the command to fix it, and then it immediately just fixes it. So I don't know what was happening there, but yeah, if you're getting 1,000 ping on Half-Life 1 Deathmatch, try typing HL1 space rate space 25,000. I'll post it in the description of the video. But yeah, try that if you're having problems, because it just immediately fixed the problem for me. But yeah, it's cool to be playing Half-Life 1 again. I did... It was last year, right, that I played Half-Life 1 and Opposing Force and Blue Shift, right? And I want
to say so, but I honestly can't remember.
Well, I can tell you because I've got my backlog page, so I can have a look. I'm fairly sure it was... I don't think I've played Half-Life this year. Although that... Well, apart from now, of course. And playing Lego Half-Life 2. And playing Half-Life 2 in VR.
Yeah.
It's just that, Tony, it's just the classic of playing Half-Life. I always say I don't replay games, and I think it's the biggest badge of honor of how much I like a game when I replay it this much. And the game I replay the most is Half-Life 2. And Half-Life 1
just
now,
that
apparently.
Good.
Yeah. Because I wasn't...
It helps when Valve does stuff.
I never really played Half-Life 1 when I was a kid. Because I went straight to Half-Life 2. And because I remember 2004, my dad bought a new PC and he was like, I've heard about this new game, Half-Life 2. And it was like a tech demo. And he was like, I gotta go and play this new game and he was looking. I remember when Half-Life 2 came out, me and my brother and my dad were looking at it and we were like, this looks like real life. This looks insane.
Look how good the graphics
are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Half-Life 2. I love Half-Life. And going back and playing Deathmatch, I still love just playing random Deathmatch servers. Maybe I'll go back and I'll play Uplink at some point. But as I said, I've got a lot of games to play that are current. I mean, I try and play multiplayer games when they're current. Like currently, I'm trying to level up in Season of Discovery because right now it's in phase 1, so everyone's going to be the same level for a bit. So as soon as I hit 25 and I get a bit of gear, I could probably chill on WoW Classic for a bit and play something else. But yeah, it's gonna be a busy end of the year, because usually what happens at the end of the year is everything goes on sale and I pick up a bunch of like games that came out in 2023 and then I try and play them so I can review them and talk about them before the year ends.
Yeah.
Um,
And we wait
Yeah.
for the year to end before we talk about the year full, because I
Yep.
never understood the point.
Well, the Game
know a lot of
Awards,
things
as
do
we're,
it.
as we're recording, the Game Awards is going to be on
Yeah.
tonight. So if you
Yeah.
release a game after tonight, December 7th, you
I
can't actually
never
be on the Game
understood-
Awards.
Yeah, I never understood it, and then the next year comes around and people forget what came out in December. So it's like I don't understand. Like, it's meant to be a retrospective of the year just gone, not the. It doesn't have to be in the same year. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, like I think the Oscars always wait a year, right?
Yeah.
They do it the next year.
Yeah, they do it like, is it January the next year? Like, I can't. I don't actually know.
I don't know the date,
really-
but I know that they specifically let
Yeah.
all the films come out. Or like,
Yeah.
is it Your Movies Suck who does like films of the year,
does-
but he always does
He
them
goes
super
through like
late.
the old years. Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
he has a chance to go back and watch everything at his own
And
pace.
he wants to
sort of
watch
thing.
literally every film.
Anyway, I also have footage of Among Us Golf. I talked about this briefly on the podcast, but I just wanted to say, yeah, I still love
was
What
it?
the Golf. Sorry?
Is it just called What the Golf Among Us or Among Us Golf? Was his actual?
So it's just a free update for What the Golf.
It's just a part of the free update. Okay.
So they've done this before, where they basically add new updates. So it came out in 2020 on Steam, because I think it was an Epic exclusive first. But it's been
Right.
out a few years now, and basically what they do is every now and again they're like, "Oh, let's do a Thanksgiving update. Let's do a winter update and stuff like that," right? Or a sports day update. Like, they just do random updates and they add a
Where
bunch of new
where
free
they feel
maps to
like-
the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is really cool. And they're always working on other stuff. Like, I haven't played it yet, but What the Bat, the VR game they made, I really want to try that. And
Yeah,
they've
that looks
also
great.
got they just made an Apple Arcade game called What the Car, I believe it's called. But it's an Apple Arcade exclusive at the moment. And I don't have Apple Arcade.
I do like these like high effort
Shit
like,
posts.
The joke is like
What the
mechanic,
Golf?
basically.
What the Golf? I can say this with confidence. What the Golf is one of my favorite high effort shit posts of a game I've ever played.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It is
yeah.
so well made and so fun, but it is so like memes and jokes
But it's a
at
game
the same
still.
time.
Yeah.
Are we getting to like Among Us is starting to do just collabs with everyone? They just announced a Vampire Survivors Among Us collab.
Yeah. Is it like the anniversary or something? Like, I don't. What's going on?
Among Us, I don't know. They do a lot of collabs with people.
Okay.
Like, they've been in like
just-
Fall Guys and I'm playing as a cat now. 90% of this game is just trying to figure out which character you are and how you're supposed to play now.
Yeah. What is the mechanic you're supposed
Yeah.
to be doing?
I'm so confused. I can only press one button at once. I was like, wait a minute, there's a box here. Now I'm thinking with portals.
And once it's open, it's always open.
But yeah, if you haven't picked up What the Golf, what I'm playing now is just the cherry on top. It's a free update that you'll also get to play once you finish the game. And it's also available on Apple Arcade. You may even be able to buy it without Apple Arcade. But yeah, you can play it on the mobile as well, is what I'm saying. And it's really good on
Yeah,
there from what
that's-
I've played.
Yeah.
Um,
What is going? Sorry, what? Why was there an egg level? Dumb.
That's a post-it note. That's from Among Us. There's one of the hats you can wear as a post-it note that says "Dumb" in Among Us.
Okay. I don't understand.
But yeah, it's Tangerine. Check out BattleBit Remastered, Half-Life 1 25th Anniversary Update, and What the Golf if you're interested in seeing any of those games. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.